Hello there, I'm Kimmy, and today I want to go through the natural laws of the universe. And there's 7. There is a lot more than 7, but I want to first teach you the first 7 that are like so easy to remember and to learn that it actually is a part of our life to grow. And if you follow these laws, you will find a lot of peace and comfort in your life. So today we're going to do the law of vibration. The secondary law is the law of attraction, which we all kind of know already anyway because of The Secret. And so many more people talk about the law of attraction, but vibration is actually bigger. Well, think of this. When you're in a car, right next to you, there's another car that pulls up and like they have loud music on, right? And you hear it like bumping. It's like boom, boom, boom. If they have really loud music. Well, that's a vibration. Okay, vibration is things that you can't necessarily see, but it's constant movement. So vibration is important to know because it's emotional. If we have really good, strong vibrations, we're happy. If we have really weak, low vibrations, we could be sad or introverted or negative. So I think it's so important to realize the law of vibration is really something that we can actually create in our mind. We can create a better vibration. Do you ever hear when people say like, oh, I don't like their vibe? Well, that's what they're talking about. We can create a beautiful vibe in our home. We can create a beautiful vibe in our work environment. That's why this one is probably one of the most important. So I want you to remember the law of vibration. If you start to think positive thoughts, actually a positive thought with a positive emotion will always equal a positive result. And that's the goal. We want positive results in our life, right? When we're feeling down and we're feeling depressed and we're feeling negative, the scary thing is that law of vibration starts to downward spiral. A negative thought, a negative emotion will equal a negative result every time. Just so you know, it's mathematic. So that's your number one. The law of vibration, it really tells you a lot about yourself. You can create your own life. You are the driver of your own ship. You are the driver of your own bus. You are the driver of your own car. And really, you are the driver of your own life, all by our thoughts. Our thoughts and emotions become things. And that's where we have to learn to change the negative thoughts, the negative mindset to a positive vibration. And it's a matter of thinking new thoughts, thinking positive things, changing something from a negative to a positive. When I go through them all, you're going to realize too that they all kind of coexist within each other. It's so amazing, and it's just so awesome to actually live by them. It really makes a difference. So the law of cause and effect, it's kind of like if you do something, it's going to come back to you. Whatever you give out comes back to you. So it's a cause and effect. If you hurt somebody, you'll be hurt back. Cause and effect. If you steal, you're going to go to jail. Cause and effect. You speed, you're going to get a ticket if you get caught. Cause and effect. And I think a really important one, even more so, is a cause and effect of even if somebody doesn't catch you doing something wrong or deceitful, there's always a cause and effect from it. So you might not realize you create your success or you create your distress by cause and effect. When people say, how could I create my own life? But we do by our choices we make every day. If you want to be dishonest, dishonesty is going to come back to you. The next one, the law of relativity. Everything is relative. So I could say this room right here is small. Or I could say this room in here is huge, depending on what I'm relating it to, right? Relativity. If I'm thinking of the White House, that's so much bigger. So this would be so tiny compared to that. The law of relativity is always comparison to something else. And it's absolutely something that we kind of use in our life all the time because we actually will measure if somebody's better than we are, right? We'll think, well, they're better, so I'm not as good. Or you could puff yourself up and think, I'm better, they're not as good. The law of relativity, we're actually taking who we are and we're comparing to something else of either our worth or our value, whatever it may be. So I just wanted you to know, remember to compare yourself to just who you are, not to other people. The law of relativity. Okay, now we're going to go to the law of polarity. The law of vibration and the law of attraction with the law of cause and effect is literally like Newton's cradle. If you take one ball comes back, right? Now, okay, if you take two balls come back. Now, I really thought if you take three are not going to come back, but it's not true. It actually separates and takes 3 from the other side and brings it back. How cool. Now, do you think it'll do 4? Kind of hard to think. Could it really do 4? There's only 5 there. How does it know how to do that? And it does. Amazing. This world is so precise that we can actually get a rocket ship on top of the moon in precision accuracy. Amazing. So this is the law of attraction. Whatever you give out comes back to you. So it's so important to realize, what are you putting out? What kind of vibe are you giving other people? Is it a bad attitude? Is it negative Nelly? Is it poor me? The victim, right? It's easy to be a victim. And let me tell you, I could be a victim, but I'm not a victim anymore. It doesn't matter what happened to us in our life. We have to just remember the law of vibration. Whatever you turn for that mind shift, turn around from bad old negative thinking and go forward into the law of vibration of goodness, happiness, joy, positivity, and things will turn around for you for sure. The law of polarity. So this is opposites. It's easy to remember the law of polarity because it's opposite of everything. Hot, and then there's a cold. There's an on, and then there's an off. There's an in, and then there's an out. So it's the opposite of everything. As above, so below. That's an easy one to remember because it's always the opposite of something. Now the next one is gestation. Gestation. So this is kind of where a baby would be born. It's like 9 months of gestation. It takes a period of time for it to like bake in the oven, right? Or like a cake. It takes time. It's a process. So that's like the law of gestation. It forms. It's going into form and it's finishing the process. So even though a baby after 9 months is really being formed for those 9 months, it's still growing after when it comes out of that womb, right? But the process for that time, for that 9 months for the baby to come out of the womb, that process is done. And then it starts a new process. So the law of gestation is basically the timing of processes that it takes for things. The law of transmutation. So transmutation is like a butterfly or like a toad, right? They're kind of letting go of that old life and they're bringing on the new. And it's kind of like with us, I want to say. You know, the law of transmutation I've really learned for myself has made a huge impact on my life that I can change, that I don't have to stay stuck and stay the same. Yeah, transmutation. You're letting go of the old caterpillar and you're flying into your new butterfly, into your wings that want to be free and want to know how to grow. And that's the most important thing to do, is grow as a human being. It brings us great joy to keep growing and going. So the law of transmutation, that's like one of my favorite ones, even though it's a strange one, like meaning it sounds strange, but it's really, really powerful about change and growth and a period of growth. So since I started my own business, I have grown so much. So I feel like I've become a butterfly. And I feel like I was a caterpillar crawling around, or I was a toad and now I'm a frog. So fun. That's a great one. And you can change too. So that law of transmutation will be a great one for you. Then the law of rhythm. Okay, this is my next great one. I actually love them all because they've had such an effect on my own life, to learn that every part of our life has one of these laws in place. So the law of rhythm goes up and down, goes up and down like a wave, right? You start to see a wave like in the water, right? It's starting to go and then it comes up and then it crashes over. And then it starts to go and then it comes up and then it crashes. So I want you to know that's life. The law of rhythm. There's a time for everything. You have to wait on the time. When we try to rush things, it usually backfires. So this law of rhythm is kind of almost letting go and letting God, to know that there's going to come a time that you might be down, but you can get out of it as quick as you go down. You're never going to stay 100% up with your vibration, with your positivity, but you're going to try and you're going to want to, but you're going to know you might feel a lull in a day. Just know you can come out of that quickly by just positive thoughts. Go in the law of rhythm. Go back up. You could get out of it as quick as it goes down. Go down, up, down. You can make it quicker. Down, up, you know. You could make it go even longer, up. But it will come down, and maybe not as far down. So the law of rhythm. You set the rhythm by your choices, by the things that you do, by the things that you say, and most of all, by the things that you think. It's our emotional state that makes us change and makes us happy. And that's the goal of life, right? To be happy. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope the natural laws of the universe have helped you live your life in a better way.